Well, you're not the only athlete around here. You know, there's something you need to know about me. I'm currently training for a triathlon. Yeah. Doing a lot of running, cycling, swimming. You know all about that, don't you?
No, actually, I don't. I play real sports. Not trying to be the best at exercising.
Watch me move. Can't nobody do it how I do. Stay tuned, just watch.
Yo, I hope you're all doing very well. That is correct. I have signed up for a triathlon. I have signed up to the Royal Windsor one, something that I'd never said I would do. But if you saw my goals video at the beginning of the year, I said I was thinking about doing one and I've officially signed up. So now I've got to commit to the training, which is going to be long and hard because there's a few weaknesses that I have, and I want to talk about that, what my strengths are, what my training schedule is going to be like, and how I'm going to try and implement that all to go together. So the triathlon distance I signed up to was the Olympic distance. That is a 1.5k swim, 40k bike ride, and a 10k run. So you've got to piece that all together, get some smooth transitions, and then hopefully get a decent time at the end. I was thinking of signing up to either a half Ironman or an Ironman, but I didn't know if I'll actually enjoy it, and they're very expensive. And if I wanted to do one, I'd do it abroad, which adds more expense on top. Plus it takes a lot of time in your training, especially if you're going for the Ironman distance. So I thought, let's see if I can actually do this and sign up to a local triathlon, which is the Windsor one. And yeah, I'm gonna see how it goes. So initially I thought swimming was gonna be the hardest discipline for me. Oh man, this is quite tiring. But I spent a lot of my time in the pool between like 2018, 2019, learning how to free dive. So every week I was swimming lengths and also swimming lengths underwater. So, you know, it came back quite quickly. I've been training since I signed up to the triathlon. I've been to the Olympic pool, which is the London Aquatic Centre, and also I've been doing my local pools here. And within an hour of swimming, I can swim like 2,000 meters non-stop. Obviously, I'm prohibited by how fast the person is in front of me, but being honest, I am quite a slow swimmer. I'm not very fast, but I like to be relaxed and comfortable, so I'm not using too much energy and feeling really tired at the end. The hardest thing I think for me is transitioning to open water. So once I go outside, put the wetsuit on, and I'm in a bigger body of water with waves and different currents, I think that might affect my swimming a lot more, but until I get to that point, I won't be able to know how I am. So I think my main point in the swimming is learning how to breathe properly and different strokes, especially for open watering, and also spotting. That's going to be something that I'm going to have to progress with later on down the line. So on to the second discipline, which is cycling. And if you've been following this channel for a little bit, then you know that it's probably going to be my strongest discipline out of all of them. For me, you know, I spend a lot of time on this saddle. And recently, if you've been watching my shorts or reels on Instagram, even my TikTok, shameless plug, go follow me there if you want to. But I've been doing quite a few long cycles. So recently I've done some Box Hills runs, which was about 120 kilometers. Did Windsor the other week, and that was another 120 kilometers. So for me, that's like way beyond the half Ironman distance, which is 90 kilometers. And almost close to the full Ironman, which is 180 kilometers. A few big things within triathlon cycling is you're not allowed to draft off anyone, so you have to keep a safe distance. That's why a lot of people opt for aero road bikes or tri bikes, because it puts you in an aerodynamic position and you can sit in that position for a long period of time and not have too much resistance on your body. So I think the main thing here is maybe getting some aerodynamic socks. That will help. I'm not going to add tri-bars because it's not a long distance, it's only 40k. I'll do a lot of my training probably on my gravel bike, I hope. Well, the rain and all the mud, I really don't want to ride at the moment, so I've been riding the road bike a lot. Mainly because I've signed up to another event. It's the North London Dirt event, which will be happening at the beginning of May. So that's a 70-mile gravel ride, which I'll be doing on the Cheeky Point. Also, I was thinking of signing up to the Ride 100. I haven't done that yet, and I'm still debating whether to do it or not. I know I've got that day clear now, so I can book it. I've just got to see if I've got some cash flow here and there to buy my ticket and see if anyone else wants to join me. I know a few people individually doing it, so I could join on with them, but you know, it's like 2 weeks just before the triathlon, so it would be good prep for then. So now we come on to the third discipline, and it's probably my least favorite and my weakest discipline, and that is running. I know it seems probably like it would be easy, just because all you have to do is put on some shoes and go for a run. But it's actually a high impact sport and you do cause a lot of stress on your body. For me, over the years, because I haven't been doing that long and my technique was very poor at the beginning, that I'd end up with a lot of knee pain. So recently I've been doing a lot of 5Ks, just kind of building up my fitness and running strength. And recently on the weekend, I did my first 10K. It was actually pretty all right. I've been running with these new trainers. And this is the most important part when it comes to running, is finding the correct footwear for you. I was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I went to a running shop and the service was absolutely incredible there. So, you know, I tried on so many different pairs of shoes and then ended up on these, the Cloud Monsters. They're really good, very cushioned. It's got like a nylon plate on the inside, so it kind of propels you forward as well. But the cushioning was very good. Before that, in the pandemic, I was trying to learn how to barefoot run. So with these Vivo Barefoots, I have since stopped that, but I've taken the same technique, so running on my tiptoes rather than my heels, and brought that to these Cloud Monsters, and it has made a lot of difference. Because of that, I'm not used to running on my forefoot and I get a lot of pain in my calves after my run, so they're very achy. So I need to build up the strength there. So that's where a lot of strength and conditioning and probably weights will help with that. But I mainly use these now just to train in the gym. So doing weights, or if I'm doing HIIT training, I'll just use the Vivo Barefoots. But I did find that when I was riding these on a heel strike or mid strike, I was getting knee pain. So that's when I decided to change my technique and run on the tippy toes. And then it's trying to piece that all together, doing a swim, cycle, and then a run, making sure I've got enough energy to do all that. So that's gonna be the scary part of doing a triathlon. But yeah, running is not my forefront and I'm quite slow at it, so hopefully I can speed up my time. So when it comes to training, I'm not being too strict. My aim is to do at least one swim, one run and one long ride a week. The rides do take up a lot of time, especially if I'm doing those super long ones, but that's with a group and it's enjoyable. So, you know, I'm with friends, socializing. So it's a nice journey, nice trip out of the countryside. So running I can do at the end of the day, maybe after work. It's just if I want to start pushing swimming or running to those longer distances, so like the half Ironman or even the Ironman, that does take a considerable amount of time. You know, running a marathon, you know, probably for me would be 5 to 6 hours because I'm very slow at running. And swimming as well, if I wanted to do the full 3.8 kilometers, that would mean I'd be in the pool for probably about 2 hours and a bit. Especially with the weather being so bad at the moment, I've been spending a lot of time on my Bowflex. I did a video of this machine and it's great because it works out your arms as well as your legs, which is good for swimming because you're obviously pulling with your arms and then using your legs for running and cycling. Mainly I do about an hour and a bit, sometimes close to 90 minutes, just to get that zone 2 cardio going. So other bits of training I like to throw in is strength, but that's taken a massive hit at the moment just because training for this, doing mountain biking, and also I'm training jiu-jitsu in the evening. So jiu-jitsu I used to do 3 or 4 times a week. I'm having to reduce my sessions down to like maybe 2, if that, maybe even 1, which I'm not really happy about because I do really enjoy training it. But the main thing I want to pick up again is obviously mountain biking. But I think I might have to put that on hold till after my triathlon. And then when it comes to summer and I'm on the mountain bike, I'll be sailing up those technical climbs and then descending without being fatigued at all. So let me know in the comments below, have you thought about signing up to a triathlon? What do you actually think of the events? Do you think they're a waste of time? Do you rather focus on one and get really good at that? Or is it something that you've always thought about and, you know, maybe you need that encouragement to try and see if you can actually do one? For me, it was very much that opinion. I wanted to see if I could actually do a triathlon, you know, especially going for the swimming and really building up my confidence in that, especially when it comes to open water. And with the running, you know, getting really good technique, so I'm not getting any knee pain or any discomfort there, building up my muscular endurance and cardiovascular endurance. For me, although I didn't really want to sign up to one, it's really helped in terms of making me train a lot more. I know if I didn't sign up to any events, I'd be very much like, oh, maybe I'll go for a ride, maybe I'll go for a run. but because I have this coming up, I know I have to train for it and be prepared. And also I want to get a really good time. But that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, especially if you want to follow me on this triathlon journey, because I'm going to be documenting my training as I go along. But hope you're staying safe, staying positive, having fun, and I shall see you in the next one.